Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video we're going to be doing this fall makeup look, and it is inspired by the Natasha Denona Gold Palette. I love Natasha Denona shadows. I am no stranger when it comes to Natasha Denona. I absolutely adore her formula of her mattes, her metallics, her shimmers, anything like that. I think they're beautiful. I own several of her palettes that I purchased with my own money, and I just think that she has some of the greatest eyeshadows. Yeah, I love this palette a lot. Playing with it right now, playing with more of the neutrals. I feel like, because I just did a look using these, I will insert a swatch picture for you guys later on in the video, so you guys can see. I did post a swatch photo on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me, it's at MakeMeUpMish, but I'm thinking of changing it, so check the link below. But playing with this, I feel like from far away, I could feel like the consumer would think these colors are similar, and I feel like she does that a lot in palettes. But they're like, this one is a true mustard color, and honestly you need this type of color for these shades, but like this shade and this shade is super similar. This is like a hair darker, and like on camera right now it's kind of like pulling a sienna type of like warm tone shadow, but it's not. It's actually fairly neutral. I wouldn't say it's like fully cool, but I wouldn't say it's neutral. And I wish it would be a little bit more warm, maybe a little bit more like reddish orange, like that type of color. So just keep that in mind. Everything that I use in today's video will be listed down below in the description box. I also have some new affiliate codes. If you guys want to save some money at checkout, go ahead and click the link down below. I have some new affiliate codes down there. And yeah, if you guys want to see how to get this look, then let's go ahead and get started. I don't really think this shirt matches with this eye look. I don't think so. I don't want to change it. I'll change it, or it's okay. I'm watching the cutest, not the cutest, but it's such a cute Christmas movie. It's on Netflix. It's called The Holiday Calendar. I highly suggest it. It's really cute. Kat Graham is in it from The Vampire Diaries. And if you guys watch This Is Us, also the dad, Randall's biological father's in it, if you watch it. Alright, so to get started, we're going in with the eyes. I already have this eye done. In my head, it was going to be a little bit different than it is, but I'm going with it. It's okay. So I am using the Natasha Denona Gold Palette in this tutorial. I hemmed and hawed about purchasing this palette for a little bit, and then I got an email on Beautylish that if you spent over $100, you got, or if you spent, it was like every time you spend $100, you get a $20 gift card. So this was $129, so I got a $20 gift card with my purchase. But for every $100 that you spent, you got $20 and a gift card. So I purchased it, and I always purchase my Natasha Denona stuff off of Beautylish, just because they have monthly payments. So they break down your subtotal if it's over $50 into monthly payments, but they still send your products right away. So if you guys are interested, I'll link Beautylish down below. So yeah, we're gonna go in with this palette. This is what it looks like. I already like swatched and like played with it a ton. I just did a look on my Instagram, which should be up by the time this video's up. So I'll put a picture of it right here for you guys. I already did a look using these bluish green colors. If you want a tutorial, let me know. I would be glad to do that for you. The shades are so pretty, so stunning. Love them. I can swatch a few for you right now. I absolutely love Natasha Denona shadows. I think they're beautiful. I think they're pigmented and creamy and blendable, and they're just like one of my favorites. And honestly, like, I don't mind paying her price tag for them just because they are so beautiful. So that's what that shade looks like. So pretty. Those are some of the mattes, some of the shimmers. If you guys want a full swatch photo, I'll insert one right here because I already did. So the first shade I'm going to go in with is Aria. It is this shade right here. And I'm taking that on a Smith 232 brush, and we're just going to really just blend this into the crease. Then I just mixed teak, which is this color right here, and sandstone, and I pretty much just did the same thing. The undertone in them is just a little bit like warm neutral, and I just like the warmth that it gave to the crease, so I'm just throwing that Right over top, same Smith 232 brush, and I'm just blending them in windshield wiper motions, really blending it up towards the brow bone. These shadows are so creamy and buttery and pigmented, so they really just blend on their own. Just got my eyebrows done, and she missed so many hairs. I'm taking that first shade Aria and just going back up towards like the upper crease area so we can really have a nice diffused crease. And I'm just lightly using circular motions in this outer corner. I don't want to necessarily wing it out, but I just do want to keep it more like a little rounded. Grabbing my Smith 247 brush, and I'm grabbing the shade Log, which is the darkest brown in this shadow, which is the darkest brown in this palette. And I'm just going to push this in the outer corner area because that's where I want the most color. Wherever you apply your brush first is where you're going to get the most color payoff. And once I get the desired definition and color payoff, then I'm just going to start buffing out the edges and bringing whatever is left on the brush into the crease and lightly tapping any excess into the inner corner as well. Kind of making it like a halo type of eye, but not like really making it a halo eye. I'm going in with a clean blending brush. This is a Zoeva 228 crease brush. Just looks like this. And the tiniest bit of sandstone, and I'm going in this like inner corner socket area right there to just make sure everything is nice and diffused and blended. So I don't want this to necessarily be a cut crease. I did just add like I just kind of cut my actual crease. I didn't go further than my crease to make it look like a cut crease. I went in my crease socket just to kind of carve it out, clean it up a little bit, and then add to like give it some like a little bit of definition. What I really wanted to do was bring this color from the inner to outer corner, but I just wasn't really feeling it after I did it, so I just kind of like packed on more color in the outer corner. That's why I like doing my one eye off camera, just because I feel like I know what I want to do in my head, but sometimes it doesn't always translate. So what I'm doing is I'm just looking up a little bit, and then I'm just going to follow this part right here. I'm not going to bring it up over onto like my hooded part of my crease. I just wanted to add the concealer to really make the lid shade pop. What I like doing after I cut my crease or use any type of concealer over eyeshadow, I like wiping off my brush, and then I just like packing and patting the concealer just so it's not super wet. And what I'm doing is I'm going to take sort of like a more flat brush. So this is actually the Vintage Cosmetics Company brush. This was actually in a BoxyCharm so long ago. This is the Step 1 for the Money brush. Just kind of looks like a flat type of shader brush, kind of similar to like a MAC 239. And I'm just picking up teak and sandstone mixed on my brush and pushing this right where you have that like kind of demarcation between the concealer and the outer corner. I find that if you put a darker color on top of the wet crease, it can sometimes make the shadow look darker than it actually is. So that's why I like applying a lighter shade there, just to make sure you don't have like that harsh difference. And then I go in with the darker color on top of it, and boom. Then I just go in with the same blending brush and I just kind of blend a little bit over here. What I did was I actually took a blending brush and went over the crease just so it wasn't as harsh. Okay, now we're going in with this beautiful shade. This is called Oro. This is so freaking beautiful. This palette is expensive, so that little swatch that I just did is going to go on my lid. For most color payoff for Natasha Denona shadows, why do I say her name weird? For the color payoff for Natasha Denona shadows, I like going in with my finger first, patting it and like semi-swiping it, like pat, move, just because I feel like you just get the most color payoff. Like, look at how sickening that looks. To the crease area. But I also did mix a shade with this just because it's like in your face. It's a little too in your face right now. So I'm going in with this shade right here, which is called Alchemist. Really pretty. It's like a little bit more laid back, and I'm putting this more towards like the bottom. And we're just going over it. We're just gonna mix them together. But then I like going in with like a dome shaped brush and a little bit of a shadow and just going over this like crease area, because like I said, I didn't really want it to be a cut crease. I just added that concealer to really help the lid color adhere. And now we're just going to go back in with a little bit of, that's not the brush I want, this is the brush I want, my Smith 247 and the dark brown log color, and we're just going to go ahead and add it like that. So now for the winged liner, I'm going in with my NYX Matte Ink Liquid Liner. And I'm not bringing this all the way towards the inner corner. I'm actually going to go in with a different liner. So once we get to like the halfway, we're going to go in with a different liner. But I'm just going to make sure I have all of this filled in. Then for the inner half of the eyeliner, I'm going in with the Bobbi Brown Golden Bronze Sparkle Liquid Liner. It's so pretty. Honestly, I didn't really understand why this was the price tag that it is. I think it's like $36, $37. It's a little expensive for a freaking eyeliner. But it's honestly so beautiful, so. And I'm just kind of making it look like an ombre type of liner, kind of going in with that golden bronze in the center and in the inner part, and then going in and fading to a black. Because I thought adding the golden sparkle would be too much in the outer corner. And then for mascara, I'm going in with my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. So for lashes, I'm going to go in with Lily Lashes, and I actually just purchased these from Ulta. These are Lily Lashes, Faux Mink Lily Lashes in the style Miami. So super excited. I'm going to go ahead, cut these, and apply these off camera, and then we'll be back to do the rest of the face. But these are the Faux Mink ones. They're really, really nice. I definitely probably would have gone with a little bit more of a dramatic lash, but I like these because you can kind of still see the shimmer of the liner in the inner part. So for complexion, I'm just going to go in with my primer, my Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I have my boxy jar next to me. Oh my god, why didn't I use those brushes? So stupid. I really want to use these Cover FX drops, but like, do you put them in your foundation? Because like, there's legit chunks of glitter in here. Maybe I'll try this on my highlighting points, but definitely not my whole face. Do you guys want to hear something crazy? I haven't really been using this when I do my makeup. I know. So for foundation, I'm going to mix two together just because I'm pale on this part of my body, but I have like somewhat of a tan on this part of my body. Don't ask me how, but like if I use my pale foundation on my forehead, it's not the right color. So I'm going in with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Snow, and my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the shade 140Y305. So I just take pumps of Born This Way, and then first I go in with my Makeup Forever just by itself on the outer perimeter. It's okay that if I don't have like a lot of foundation up here, because I go in with like a cream bronzer contour anyway. So once I get just a light wash on my forehead, I go in with it on the rest of my face. For concealer, I'm just going to do a mix of two. I'm grabbing my Tarte Shape Tape right here in this area. And then I'm going in with my Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Almond. Right over here. Center of my forehead. Down my nose. I don't really apply foundation all the way up, like underneath my eyes, just because I know I go in with concealer anyway. So that's why I need that coverage of Tarte Shape Tape right in there, because I don't really apply foundation there. And then I'm just going in with my Beauty Blender. This is actually yellow, but it looks beige. So I really try and aspire to be one of those people that do their lower lash line before they even put any like liquid foundation, or you know, before they even cover their skin, like their foundation. But I'm just not that type of person. I don't know if I'll ever be that type of person. Skin looks so good. Okay, so this is what I've been doing for like cream contouring type of like cream bronzing. I take this. This is the NARS Multiple. It's a matte multiple in the shade Vientine? I don't know. So I just kind of like warm it up on the back of my hand. I do it one of two ways. I warm it up on the back of my hand. I put a lot there, and then I go in with my brush. So this is a crown brush, no idea. It's in a BoxyCharm. I love getting brushes in my BoxyCharm. And I just kind of like rub it, kind of like I'm blending it into my hand mostly, but I get a lot of product on the brush. And I just kind of like love the look of this. And then I just kind of like push it. This is a dual fiber. You guys can see it's a dual fiber, but it's packed densely. I do use this a lot for foundation as well. You can use like a cosmetics brush like this. You can use your beauty blender. If I don't do it that way, then I just kind of like take it on the actual stick itself. I tap off the excess on my hand, and then I just do the same thing. So I just do one of two ways, just kind of depends. If I'm feeling a little bit drier than normal, I usually rub it on the back of my hand because the warmth of your skin helps, you know, really melt it. Then I go in with a brush. Where's my brush? So I usually go in with like this brush or my angled Luxie brush, which I have no idea where it is. This is a Morphe E13 brush. It's like a dome brush, but it's like kind of pinched. What I do is and then I just kind of go like on the nostrils like this, and I definitely go under here, and I even kind of like rub a little ball right there. And then with whatever is left on the back of my hand or the brush, I just kind of sweep it up. I don't really bring it all the way up because when I do pose, I always pose to the side, and I have like this dent in my nose. And the more I darken it, the more prominent it looks. So yeah, now I'm going to go in with my RCMA powder. I put it in this guy. I purchased this guy from Harmon's. It's like a leak-proof jar. So I just put my RCMA powder in there because I hate that packaging. And what I do is I pick it up on the tip of my beauty blender, and I go backwards. I noticed that going backwards, like starting from the outer corner of your eye, going to your inner corner, it's actually setting the creases, where when you go over top of it, it's just kind of setting it like that. It doesn't actually go in your crease. I mean, you could do this step first and then go in with like a powder bronzer and do that technique that I did for my nose contour, but I just find that this works a little bit best. And I don't really bake, so I'm going to go in and dust it off with my Luxie 660 Precision foundation brush. And I don't swipe, I just kind of tap. These are the Cover FX Sunlit Drops in the shade Nova. They're really, really pretty, but it's really glittery. So we're just going to take like a minuscule amount and literally just applying it on my left side, because I don't know if I'm going to like it. Okay. It's okay. I just think the color is a little bit too dark for me. So I'm like kind of going over my bronzer with it a little bit. I am glad that I didn't go all over my face. Okay, back to setting the eyes. And I'm just like tapping this all in. To just set that cream bronzer, I'm going in with my Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer. And it just kind of depends on like what mood I'm in with brush wise. This is a MAC 135, and I just kind of lightly go over it. I go between a powder bronzer and just an actual like translucent powder. When you're layering products, so if you're going in with a cream product, foundation that's a darker color, anything like that, you're layering products, and then when you add another powder product that's pretty much the same color, you're adding a lot more coverage too. So like if you want a lot of coverage, go in with like a cream product first, and then set it with a powder product in that same type of family. Go like that. And honestly, I take like a really fluffy, like thin brush just because I like the nose contour like that, but I do want to set it just a little bit. So I take like a really thin brush and I just lightly go over it. But like I said, when I swipe on my nose, I feel like the product moves. So that's why I kind of refrain from doing this. For highlight, I've been loving Champagne Pop recently. I don't know why. And I like highlighting with a bigger brush. So happy I have like 4 of these brushes because I love them. I use them for blush, bronzer, contour, highlighting. It's a taper highlighter brush from Luxie. It's a Fact 22. And I just take it on my brush. Is it doing anything on top of that bronzer? Like, it's so pretty. That actually looks really nice. I see some specks of glitter, but it's not as dramatic as I thought it was going to be. If you have texture, I would avoid those Cover FX drops because they do have some glitter in them. For blush, I just wipe off that same brush, or I just use it. And I'm going in with this Jouer blush. This is the Blush Flirt Duo in Flirt. This one's a little bit more shimmery, so what I do is I kind of go right on top of the apples of the cheeks, just to mix them together and lightly drag it towards the back. Alright, I'm going to apply some setting spray before I put lower lash mascara on. Morphe setting spray. Use code. Actually, I don't have a discount code, but if you guys want to help me out and get a discount code, then I'll have one for you. Just going to coat my lower lashes with some mascara. For lips, I'm going in with my KKW lip liner in liner 1, the nude liner on. This is Dose of Colors Knock on Wood liquid lip. Okay guys, so that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Let me know what videos you guys want to see next. And yeah, if you guys want to know where I got this shirt from, it's from Misguided. I just uploaded a clothing haul, so I'm going to go ahead and link that in the corner for you guys to check out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!